Coming up, a woman's body was discovered. A homicide investigation underway in Prince George's County, just where a suspect was quickly arrested.
A warm-up overnight tonight and a major cool down as we go throughout the day on Monday. We'll talk all about that and the winds, which are going to be pretty high, all coming up.
Two helicopters collide. The strange circumstances in the skies. Just this morning, we've got the latest from officials on site. Close to a deal? Health insurance premiums are set to skyrocket in 2026, just days away. The latest on negotiations to avert issues for millions of Americans. No heat controversy. Maryland tenants fed up with lingering issues during cold months. What property management had to say in a one-on-one interview with DC News Now. And new ways to save we found from increased access to groundbreaking weight loss drugs to avoiding holiday gift return fees. We're stretching your dollar.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Sunday evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. There's a lot to get to here at home, but Monday and Tuesday are categorized as what? A DMV first warn day.
Yeah.
Meteorologist Scott Sumner is standing by for a look at that, and it's those winds and wind chills, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, not a big deal. I mean, the winds, well, they are what they are, but it's mild out there. It really doesn't feel too bad. 42 degrees, overcast skies. As a matter of fact, the temperatures, unlike most nights, which go down or start to go down at this point in time, will actually start to rise throughout the overnight. As noted here, by 11 p.m. and 1 a.m., we're looking at middle and upper 40s. By 3 a.m., lower 50s. By 7 a.m., mid 50s, and probably around 60 degrees close to that noon hour before the cold front moves on through, which is expected somewhere around 2 o'clock or so. And then, boy, it really drops those temperatures here pretty rapidly as that staircase to some much colder air is going to build on in here. Now, with regards to wind alerts, we've got those in place already. The National Weather Service has DC and the surrounding Beltway area under a wind advisory for tomorrow afternoon and going through till Tuesday afternoon, and a high wind warning instead of a high wind watch, which we had yesterday for Garrett County and Allegheny County. Well, that's now a high wind warning where there could be some dangerously high winds speeds out that way. But here in the city, DC shows the top numbers of temperature. The bottom number is the wind speed in miles per hour. So same wind speed. Once that front moves through, those temperatures go down and those winds pick right up. We'll talk about wind chill coming up in just a bit. Ben?
All right, Scott, we'll see you in just a few. Another challenging night ahead for people in Prince George's County in one condo complex. Many of them are again dealing with no heat. This is a story we've been following in Adelphi since the day before Thanksgiving.
There's no heat in half the buildings here at the Marylander condominiums. It's been that way since right before Thanksgiving. Tenants told us they're coping the best way they can. Management said vandals connected to a nearby homeless camp damaged the boiler system so badly it needs to be replaced. Quasar Property Management took over the complex back in April. CEO Ken Brown told us he can't get the financing to restore the heat and fix the other problems until the camp is removed, which he says the financing company considers a threat.
Well, it's pretty sad for these owners because this is a low-income neighborhood, right? They have limited money to begin with. So we've committed to working towards a solution here to try and get this resolved.
Because of no heat, Prince George's County condemned the affected buildings back on December 10th and required the families in them to leave. Several stayed as they told us they have nowhere else to go. PG Police told us they will arrest anyone who trespasses on the property or commits other crimes, but it's not their job to remove homeless camps. Many tenants are braving the cold until the heat gets turned up enough to remove what management considers a problem, and the condos can get repaired. In Adelphi, Maryland, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Dave for his reporting. We'll stay on top of that. New tonight, a woman was found dead with traumatic injuries to her body inside of a home in Prince George's County. This happened overnight in Laurel. Police say they found the woman's body inside of the home on Gorman Avenue after receiving a call for a welfare check around 11:50 last night. Police say a suspect was arrested on scene. No word of the victim or the name of the suspect. The circumstances behind her death remain unknown as well. In the district, police say that a man was found dead, shot several times in an alleyway in Northeast overnight. Found with those gunshot wounds near J Street and Sheriff Road in the Deanwood neighborhood around 6:30. He was rushed to the hospital. That's before he died. No word who the victim is, and police have yet to share any information about suspects. One person, meantime, was sent to the hospital after an apartment fire in Southeast. 2 people now without a home. Firefighters responded to Green Street near Fort Stanton Park. This is in Anacostia. Flames were spotted inside of a second-floor bedroom. We're told a lithium-ion battery was involved, but teams did not say the battery was the direct cause of the fire. The person hospitalized is expected to be okay. One of your top stories, terrifying moments this morning in the skies of New Jersey. 2 helicopters crashed into one another, killed one person, critically hurt another. Heads up, some of this video may be disturbing. One eyewitness captured one of those helicopters spinning toward the ground after the crash. It's all unfolded in Hamilton, New Jersey. That's roughly 30 miles southeast of Philadelphia. Local police say this happened not long after 11 a.m. over a local airport, and only the pilots were on board each helicopter. It's still unknown what led up to the crash. Travel alert, folks still headed home from the holidays. Winter storms, though, are also causing a fuss and flight delays. We got a live look at Reagan National. There have been a total of 209 delays and 20 cancellations, according to FlightAware. Dulles International, reportedly 184 delays and 4 cancellations. Right now, BWI, 183 delays, 10 cancellations. During the initial hours headed home after Christmas, at least 1,500 flights around the country were reportedly canceled or delayed Friday into Saturday night. Happening now. President Donald Trump says that Russia and Ukraine are very close to a peace plan that would end the war. Talks continued today at Mr. Trump's Florida estate, Mar-a-Lago. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky was visiting after Trump made a call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Mr. Trump said one holdout is land disputed by Russia and Ukraine as we enter the nearly 4-year-old war. Ukraine is also saying they are looking for security assurances. Russia has intensified attacks on Ukraine's capital in the days before today's meeting. The widow of a Virginia corrections officer who died while on duty is suing the leadership of the Commonwealth's Department of Corrections. She says her husband's death last month was preventable. This federal lawsuit accuses 25 top-level employees of the agency, which manages state jails, and Indian Creek Correctional Center for operating with chronic and dangerous staffing shortages, alleging they were below minimum levels on the day an inmate killed Officer Jeremy Hall. Suit says, quote, the attack was foreseeable, preventable, and the direct result of defendants' deliberate indifference. Attorneys for Officer Hall's widow now calling for a policy change.
She's in here saying, I don't want money. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking that the court come in and make sure that no other wife has to bury their husband. Paul is 100% dead for 2 reasons. One, because the inmate killed him, but secondly, because there wasn't adequate staffing to protect all when that attack went down.
Records requests to the jail from our partners in Virginia came up short. Why? Because they were denied. In one of those responses, the Department of Corrections said the records don't exist. Another, because revealing them could jeopardize security. Developing tonight, the Department of Justice is suing the district over its gun laws. Currently, D.C. limits the registration of AR-15s and other semi-automatic weapons. The DOJ is arguing restrictions on those guns violate the Second Amendment because they are commonly used nationwide. The Supreme Court ruled in 2008 the Second Amendment gives people the right to carry commonly used weapons. But justices in that case also argued some restrictions can be constitutional. There's good news in the efforts to make DMV streets safer for all of us. A new report shares additional analysis on deadly drunk driving crashes here at home. DC News Now's Max Marcilla explains.
There are a number of different ways they're trying to tackle this problem. We're talking about police enforcement, constant education, and then also making sure that if you do have a few too many, instead of driving yourself, there are many other ways for you to get home. As tons of people get behind the wheel and join the crowded roadways this holiday season, we're once again seeing a huge effort to make sure they do so safely.
You plan for parties. Usually it doesn't include thinking about how you're going to get home from the party.
This new report from the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments shows from 2023 to 24, deadly crashes connected to drugs or alcohol decreased by 26% and is below the national average.
I think we need to double down on the things that work.
Here's what works, according to Kurt Erickson from the Washington Regional Alcohol Program.
You've got a robust metro system, both rail and bus. We certainly know that there's been a number of stepped up efforts by local law enforcement to identify and apprehend drunk drivers.
For its part, Arlington Police says it's taken two approaches to this problem: education and enforcement.
We do have increased saturation patrols where officers are on the roads looking for drunk driving behavior on the roads.
Arlington saw decreases in alcohol-related traffic injuries too, but the region as a whole saw a slight uptick, showing there is more work to be done.
Robust alternative modes of transportation, whether it be public or private or taxi cab or even designating a sober driver, are all options that are available to people, but also making sure that we have law enforcement that is adequately staffed and resourced.
And one of those resources you should know about is RAP's Sober Ride program. From now until the new year, you can go on RAP's website, you can get a Lyft code, you'll put it in your app, and you can get a $15 ride. It's for anyone in the DC area as long as you're 21 or older, and you're taking that ride between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. Reporting in Alexandria, I'm Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Max. Christmas is behind us and the new year is ahead. Today, people were getting ready for 2026 by celebrating so-called Good Riddance Day. People gathered in Times Square, where the ball is, of course, going to drop to say a final goodbye to what? Any unpleasant, frustrating, or forgettable memories from the past year to start the new year with a clean slate. They wrote their bad memories on an oversized tickets that they will tear, tossed a larger portion into a trash can, and kept the smaller portion as a memento. Some pent-up frustrations, and New Year's Eve is just this week, Wednesday. The Times Square Ball will look a little bit different this year. The ball will honor America's 250th birthday with decorated red, white, and blue sequins. It's also going to be patriotic confetti when the ball drops at midnight. And new in the coming year, the ball will drop again on July 3rd to ring in Independence Day. Of course, before the 4th. Coming up, are you stuck with some fees trying to return gifts? You might not want them. Well, we've got how to save and what you want to do in order not to shell out additional cash. We're stretching your dollar. And later tonight, a local police department adding a new furry member to the squad. Look at those ears. Baby bloodhound. The connection to a fellow first responder. Ahead. Time now 9:13. Take a live look outside of Roslyn. A little shake in the camera there indicating, yeah, maybe a little breeze, but it's going to be quite blustery in the coming days. Scott Sumner's going to pinpoint exactly when.